Welcome back to part 2 of Staging 101. And then I have a note here, making the space feel small, and that's like putting too big furniture. Don't go and buy like the 40-foot sectional and put it in a 900 square foot house, because you're gonna make it feel like it's a dollhouse. Is what you're gonna make it feel like. All right, so those are some very important do's and don'ts. And those are some of the main concepts that I wanted to get across here. And at the end of the day, I have a note here for myself to keep me on track. You want to create warmth, and you want to create emotion. What things like staging and sizzle features like we teach here at Fortune Builders do is it creates warmth and ultimately creates emotion. And people buy on emotion. On the retail side, the emotion's high. I mean, you're talking about the most expensive investment that most people ever make, and that's the investment in their home. So you want to create that emotional attachment, and staging does that. Around the holidays, people say you can't sell homes. BS. You can absolutely sell homes around the holidays, and we always do. You can actually stage a house with a Christmas tree, put up Christmas lights, have a Christmas or a holiday fragrant like air fresheners. You could have Christmas music playing. All those things do is they create emotion, and they help people see themselves living in the home. And if someone can see themselves living in the home, guess what? They're going to be living in the home very soon. The haunted house staging, absolutely. Around Halloween, you could do the haunted house stage, absolutely. I mean, play to the time of year around Easter. I mean, do something with that theme. I mean, we can go on and on. I mean, what's another holiday coming up? President's Day, I don't know, put pictures of the president around the house. I mean, you get the idea. You get the idea.
Deal or no deal?
All right, so in our deal or no deal section, let's talk about overspending versus underspending, and talk about what the cost actually should be and what you should expect to get for that cost. So I think a good rule of thumb, I know a good rule of thumb because this is what it should be, or what you can look at spending on staging is between a 0.5% to a full percent of the overall sales price that you're selling the house for. All right, so you can do the math, right? So whatever the ultimate sales price that you have the house listed for, a good rule of thumb is between a 0.5% to a percent of that price as a cost for staging. And I don't look at it as a cost, it's really an investment. It's an investment in your product and in what you're delivering to the marketplace. And what you should get for that service, and I'm talking about hiring someone to do this, right? I mean, unless you have this as a business, leverage, hire someone. And what you should get for that are the individual, the designer sometimes, is usually what that person will be, or sometimes that's just a separate business for them. You're going to get them to set up the furniture, okay, give you a proposal of what they're going to do, set up the furniture, meaning staging it, also de-staging the furniture, meaning taking it out of the home when you're ready, and that cost, or that investment, excuse me, should cover about a 3-month window. So that should give you the ability to have the house staged for about 3 months, them staging it and de-staging it. Now, some companies that do staging own their own furniture. Some companies rent their furniture, and that's a good question to ask, because if they have to rent their furniture, sometimes their cost could be a little bit higher. That's just because they don't own their own inventory, they have to go rent. Nevertheless, you can ask that question, and you can still get an affordable price for this service. And then what typically happens is you'll have a per diem every month. For example, if they're renting their furniture, there's going to be a hard cost of what that furniture is what the investment is in that furniture every single month to rent. So these are questions that you ask. So that's a good rule of thumb for your staging cost. All right. So in our last section is, of course, our quote of the week.
Quote of the week.
And I actually decided to pick a quote from one of my mentors and one of the people that has helped me professionally and personally. And he's a mentor to quite a few people here at Fortune Builders and CT Homes. And his name's Blair Singer. All right, Blair's he's a teacher, he's a trainer in a lot of different areas of business, and he's got a great quote here that I'll read to you. Most people fail rather than succeed because they give up what they really want for what they want at the moment. I'll read that again. Most people fail rather than succeed because they give up what they want for what they want at the moment. You know, you can interpret that a lot of different ways. For me, that means that sometimes we get that shiny object syndrome where the thing right in front of our eyes we have to have, and we'll do things to get it, but we give up what we really want at the end, right? It's like putting money aside, or making investments for long-term income, or putting money away and putting your money in smart investments so that the fruits of those investments will pay you years down the road, as opposed to using what money you make and going out and buying, that expensive car, for example. I mean, you can put a lot of different scenarios in there. I think it's important that you work hard and you plan for your future, for your family's future, and stay the course, right? Stay the course as to what's important to you. So hope that quote sparked some ideas and some thoughts within you. I hope that this show was helpful on the staging side. Look, I know there's a lot of people that have a lot of different experiences in staging, so share them here, share them below the video. Tell me and tell the viewers what some things you've learned through staging your homes. And let's get a conversation going. That's what this channel and that's what these shows are about. As always, thanks for watching. Dave behind the camera, JD in front of the camera. We'll see you on the next show.